Questioning user asks, Redditors who make $100,000 plus a year without affording a degree, what is your job? User 2 Nuclear plant operations. You can get into an senior reactor operator licensing class with certain experience or education. A huge number of the SROs are ex-Navy nukes. The Navy requires a HS diploma. Job pays usually starting off over 100k. And user 3 I buy used yachts, speedboats and rigs in Scandinavia for very cheap and sell them in Africa. I don't have a degree. I used to work a lot of shitty jobs. I was a garbage man, airplane cleaner, night manager at a stay-okay hostel, saved enough money to buy an ice cream stand, found out how I could sell my ice cream at festivals. Ice cream at festivals is an incredibly fast way to make money. Once I had a good amount of money, I thought it would be a nice idea to buy a speedboat and go fishing now that I finally have some time to relax. I did that and sent a picture to my friend in East Africa, and we started talking about it, and then we started talking about the price and how cheap it was. So I learned a lot about export and all that and how to send it to Africa to sell it, and it worked. Then I tried again a few months later, and now I buy and sell about 15 a month. And user 4 bartender in a high-end resort town. I work my ass off during the seasons, but off-season is easy. And user 5 I used to manage a cooperage, recycling shipping containers. The job was a lot of physical work, but doesn't require any special skill beyond management. I had a $67,000 a year salary and earned about $3,500 a month in bonuses. We basically charged companies to dispose of their drums and IBCs, cleaned and painted any in good condition, and sold them for less than the cost of new containers, usually to the same people that paid us to haul them away, and scrapped any unusable. My trucks didn't move without earning a profit. And user 6 my wife, director level in logistics, worked up from retail management. She's very smart and incredibly hard-working. Most of the people at her company with positions at the same level have MBAs. Here I am with a bachelor's making less than she does, lol. Super proud of her, though. And user 7 husband is a union tower crane operator. He dropped out of high school, got his GED at 25, joined the union at 29, and at 34 makes almost $200k a year. It's a good gig as long as you don't mind heights. Edit. We live in the PNW. He works along the Portland or Vancouver border. Best way to get into cranes is to call your local IUOE, go through the apprenticeship program and work your way through your certifications. Build relationships with your peers and maintain your work ethic. You won't see the out of work list. You'll be requested for jobs. And user 8 I work as a B-pressure welder in Canada. I have my own rig, truck with welding equipment in it, and I average a $125 an hour. Depending on the work available and how much time you're willing to put in, you can make anywhere from 100k for 100k. Last 3 years I've made 250k working 9 months off a year and taking 3 months off. And user 9 eyelash extensions in a rich city. And user 10 not me, but my wife. She made $290,000 last year, and is estimated to make $350k this year. She owns a business that does like $1.50 million in sales of surgical device equipment to hospitals. She sells stuff like shoulder and hip replacements, the plates and screws used to fix broken wrists, nerve grafts, and even these crazy magnetic nail things that allow people with different length legs to have length added, or for people with dwarfism to add up to 4 inches of total height. Edit to add, she does not have a college degree, but she joined the army and did a 1-year program to become a radiologic tech. She did the job in the operating room during surgeries for a couple years, and meeting other sales reps is how she came into her job. She was such a high seller that her first boss was afraid she would quit, and then his business would fail, so he offered her 50% ownership of the company. Since then she has started up a second business selling other, non-competing products, so that she gets 100% of the profits, versus half. And user 11 own a private jet catering company. You'd be surprised what the richest 1% of people are willing to spend on stupid things. And user 12 my brother-in-law's 3 sons are all journeyman electricians. Dad is a master electrician, 2 of them are high school dropouts, 2 of them make over $100,000. The youngest makes about $85,000, but is gaining on his brothers. And user 13 I'm a welder, moved my way around and now in aviation and have been for a while now. I cleared $100k back in October, probably going to end the year around $120k at 26. What I do is weld main component parts for jet engines, combustors, bearing housings, vane blades, so on. No degree, but I did go to vocational high school. This isn't the route you'd have to take either. People can learn it on the side, as welding is more of a show as you can type of work. My field requires multiple tests, both written and physical, which may require some schooling on welding basics, then weld various metal together, X-ray, cut apart, so on. I'm very fortunate to be in a laid-back environment. I have an area all to myself where I'm rarely bothered. Nothing I lift is strenuous. Most of my work takes place in a chair. Love it though, wouldn't want to do much else. Also to note, my job is union and I strongly suggest union to blue-collar people. You're not harassed by management, have a higher entity protecting your rights to do the job you do, and only do the job and not someone else's. And unions pay way more, clearly. And, user 15, I'm the head of sanitation services for a small city. It's a nothing job. I got it without degrees because I slept my way to the top. And, user 16, I'm a freight conductor for a Class 1 railroad in the United States, $108,000 a year. Never stepped foot in a college before, I'm 22 years old. And, user 17, I'm a recruiter. No college degree or certifications. I had 5-ish years of retail food experience, ending that run with a general manager title before getting into recruitment. Pretty much anyone can get into a recruiting job if you apply to work at staffing agencies, Randstad, Adecco, Robert Half, Kelly Services, etc. Agency recruiting is a grind, but you can make a ton of money with the commissions, and the base salary without commissions is normally plenty to live on. And if you just pay your dues with a staffing agency for a few years, you can transition into a corporate in-house recruiting job after that. My first year in staffing, my base was $40K and I made $70K total that year including commission. My second year, my base was $42K and I made $90K including commissions. Then I moved into a corporate recruiting job with a well-known tech company. The base was much higher, but I took a bit of a pay cut overall in exchange for better benefits and work-life balance. My first year there, I was at $70K base and around $85K total including bonuses. I just completed 3 years there, going into my 4th year now, currently at $80K base and $100K including bonuses. I have a raise going effective in January to $90K base and $115K including bonuses. If you go into recruitment, go with either healthcare, nursing or physicians, not allied, or tech recruiting. That's where the money is. You won't make much recruiting for more blue-collar industries. Feel free to AMA, and, user 18, anyone reading the non-joke answers in the United States should keep in mind that these are the successful people who don't have a degree. Sampling bias if you're looking for a good measure of the no-college degree population. The ones toiling away for far less aren't going to be answering this question as their median earnings are $500 WK or $26,000 before taxes assuming no overtime and no paid time off. Though college, in the US at least, is ruinously expensive, the statistics don't lie. Having no degree makes it less likely you will earn a salary in the 6-figure range. At least consider trade school or apprenticeships. Even though Reddit likes to mythologize trades, most plumbers don't make $100,000 here even though a few do. Median is more like $50,000. Can it be done? Absolutely. But judging by these anecdotes alone is judging the lottery on winning tickets who also didn't screw up their lives. So a fraction of a fraction. Edit. I just thought of something else. The successful no-degree people who are at least a bittery arguments could be made for increasing this number. 60, I can't math, or older probably entered a different economy than the one which exists now, when you could, 1980, possibly walk in, ask to see the manager, be interviewed, impress, and hired on the spot. That world no longer exists for the most part, especially not for well-paying jobs. And, thanks for watching. Please give a like if you enjoyed the video and hit subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.